Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back, guys, to our course, Word Classes and Phrases. Our today's topic is all about adjectives, and there is this special attention to comparative and superlative. Now let's start by reading this short story and find out what's missing. On the journey, Sakaguya did more than just intervene with the solution for explorers. She also helped the group survive. She could predict which plants were to eat and prepared meals. She used materials to make clothing for them to wear and medicines to cure their ills. And she reassured other Indian tribes along the way that the explorers were on a mission and meant them no harm. Just the sight of a woman who also brought along her child convinced tribes that this was no party. So what do you think? Do you think the story makes sense? To a large extent, I guess yes. But you can sense there's something missing here. You know what it is? The adjectives, okay? So, on the long journey, so it's much clearer. What kind of journey? Long journey. Nutritious meals. What kind of meals? Nutritious meals. With any other kinds of meals. What kind of mission? Peaceful mission, okay? So what is missing from the story is the adjectives, okay? So what is it? What is an adjective? Adjectives are words that describe the qualities or states of being an item. Happy, awesome, clear, easy. They can also describe the quantity of nouns, like some, several, millions, or many. Adjectives modify nouns, but they do not modify verbs or adverbs or other adjectives. So happy student is okay, but you cannot say happy study or happy frequently or happy sad, for example, right? So those combinations just do not exist. Now, what do adjectives mean? What do you think? Beautiful, nice, like in a beautiful dress, a nice day. So they express opinion. Big, small, tall, size, right? New, young, age. Cool, hot, temperature. Round, square, shape. Blue, gray, you right? Color. Japanese, Swiss, origin, and finally wooden, plastic, material. Okay, so these are some of the meanings that adjectives have. Okay, in this exercise 1, I'd like you to choose the adjective that best fits the sentence and identify its meaning. Okay, whether the adjective you choose expresses opinion, signs, or anything else. All right. Compound adjectives. So what are they? So they are a combination of words, like a combination of noun and verb, like in a candlelit table. So we are looking at this noun, a table, defined by this combination of words, candle and lit. Candle is a noun, lit is a verb. So this combination works as a single unit, functioning as an adjective, okay, modifying this noun table. Same is true of a self-employed author. So this noun, an author, is modified, is described, is explained by this compound word, self-employed. Self is a noun, employed is a verb. So self-employed, two words work as a single unit, functioning as an adjective to describe what kind of author. Another combination is adjective verb, like short plain record, or adjective noun, like a 4-hour week. Okay. Now, gradable versus absolute or non-gradable adjectives. So what are they? Gradable, expresses different levels. Grade, right? So this refers to the kinds of adjectives that can indicate different degrees, different levels, right, of certain qualities. Tall, slim, kind, smart, pretty, rich. So we can say something like quite tall, rather slim, so kind, very smart, prettier, rich. And then the opposite is non-gradable or absolute adjectives, and of course, as the name implies, this refers to the kind of adjective that does not have any levels whatsoever. So, daily, how can you go, think of some grade of daily? So it's obviously 24-hour, right? Dad, medical, unique, Indonesian. So we cannot say quite daily, rather than some medical, very unique, or Indonesian enough. Okay, so those are not possible. All right, next one is attributive versus predictive. So attributive is the kind of adjective that is optional. So you cannot have it or you cannot have it, and they typically come before a noun. Like, I sold a very old football ticket. The noun football ticket is modified by this adjective very old, right? And we can easily remove it. I sold a football ticket. That's perfectly grammatical. All right, predicative, on the other hand, is the kind of adjective that is required and it follows a noun. For example, this football ticket looks very old. Which one is the adjective? Very old, that's right. And you cannot remove very old, otherwise you will have non-grammatical sentence. This football ticket looks what? Very old. So very old is required by the sentence, by the grammar, and they come after the noun football ticket. Okay. All right. I'd like you to observe the difference between 1 and 2, for example. Agatha is very old now versus Henk is an old friend, right? So Agatha is very old now. Very old, or old in this case, predicative. Why? Because it's required. It comes after the noun Agatha. On the other hand, Henk is an old friend. Old is describing friend, and it comes before the noun, and so old is attributive, right? His friend is old, that's predicative. Your suitcase very heavy, that's predicative. Patterson is a heavy smoker. Heavy describing smoker coming before, and so that's attributive. Smoker is heavy, that's predicative, obviously. You're late again, late explaining you, that's predicative. My late uncle, late describing uncle, that's attributive. My uncle was late, that's predicative. Okay. All right. That's what we just saw. And I'd like you to decide whether the adjective is attributive or predicative. Okay. All right. Now, comparatives and superlatives. So adjectives can be used to compare to entities, to nouns, right? Whether noun A is lighter than noun B, or noun A is bigger than noun B, right? And in English, the way it works is quite predictable. So for comparative, you just have to add this ending er. Light, lighter. Neat, neater. Fast, faster, right? Hot, hotter. Happy, happier. So you just take a careful look at each rule, and that's how that works. Okay. With superlative, though, you just have to change the ending from er to us, or from er to ist. Okay. So light, lightest. Hot, hottest. Okay, and so on and so forth. There are some adjectives that do not work as the rules dictate, and these are so-called irregular adjectives, like good, not gooder or goodest, but good, better, best, bad, worst, worst, and so on and so forth. Okay. All right, and then adjectives and adverbs, share something in common. They can both be used in comparative constructions, but they are different in how they're used. For example, my car is faster than your car. That's adjective. Why? Because faster describes the noun, my car. But when I say she runs faster than you do, faster, the same word as we just saw earlier, does not describe she, but rather it describes the verb runs, and so it's an adverb. How about li ending words like he spoke quicker. Or you can say that, or he spoke more quickly, right? He spoke the quickest, or he spoke the most quickly. Okay. And with superlative, of course, you have to use the word the strongest boy or the most beautiful girl. Okay. But when the superlative is predicative adjective, which means that the adjective comes after a noun, then the word the can be removed. Like Lars is strongest when he's not tired. Or you can say Lars is the strongest when he's not tired. So the is not that required anymore. She's most beautiful, or she's the most beautiful when she wakes up in the morning. Okay. Alright, so I like to use the words given. For example, in number 1, Melanie, funny girl in class, and make up comparative / superlative sentences, and you may of course add other words. Okay. And this one is souvenir. Your homework assignment. I'd like you to identify the meaning of the adjectives and their function. Okay. So for example, number 1, the concerned doctor rang for an ambulance. So what does concern here means? Okay. In this context, and what does it function? Is it attributive or predictive? Okay. All right. That's all for now. Thank you so much for your attention. We'll see you again next week. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.